Now, speaking of leading with love and speaking of solidarity, the next speaker I have had the honor and privilege of walking and marching next to. I consider the next person that stands in front of this mic standing next to me on the fight against injustice, and made a wonderful art piece with my face on it too, which is amazing. But that's a side note. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend Lori.
Thanks for having me up here, Alex. I really am grateful. I want to tell briefly a story I learned when I was very young that I call the Lament of the Complacent. It goes like this. First they came for the disabled, and I said nothing. Then they came for the homosexuals, and I said nothing. Then they came for the Jews, and I said nothing. Now they're here for me, and no one's saying anything. I'm here for you. I'm going to hold Black Lives Matter signs. Regardless of the color of my skin, I'm here for you. I'm here for Vanessa Guilin. I want justice for that community. I want a change in our society. And I'm here for me. I'm here because this year alone, 29 trans people have been murdered in this country. 29 people murdered by police officers, unknown assailants, lovers, friends, street acquaintances, murdered for nothing, murdered for being themselves. I want to ask you a question about your clothing. Is your clothing a choice? Did you choose what you put on today? I want you to think about whether or not that answer might be no. That you're either complying with some conformity, some demand of your social group, or you're expressing something deep inside you, something that shows who you are. Imagine if you're, I don't know, whoever you are, and you're not a goth kid, and yet you're required every day to go out wearing goth apparel, goth makeup, goth everything. And it doesn't represent anything in you. And it hurts you every day as you're required to pretend to be goth. That is what it is like to be trans and not out. It is not a choice to wear a dress today. I wear a dress because I am a woman. But no one believes me. And because they don't believe me, they'll murder me. They'll reject me. My brother tells me that God hates trans people, that I'm not his sister. And I say to my brother, he's not my brother.
You're my sister.
Love you, Lori.
29 people may not sound like much to people that have generational trauma, and I understand generational trauma. But understand that 29 is the tip of the iceberg, just like George Floyd is the tip of the iceberg. It's every day, it's every year, it's everywhere we go. When I walk out of the house, I'm afraid. And I know some of you know what that feels like. I'm here to tell you that your trans brothers and sisters need you. They need you to care about them. They need you to do more than tolerate them. They need you to accept them and to signal your acceptance in every way you can, to use their pronouns, to use their name, to support them. And why do we need such acceptance? Because we get so much rejection. And like that poor young person in DC who wanted to kill themselves, who tried and happily failed. We kill ourselves every day, trans people. We kill ourselves because of the rejection. It is not our own hands on the knife. We push it in every day as a community. The trans person only holds that knife. I don't want to kill myself, but in March I nearly did. I nearly did.
Glad you did. Thank you for being here today. It takes a lot of strength to be there, holding that sign, sharing your truth.
It's time for us to care about each other, for us to hold up each other's signs, for us to tell each other that we love each other and we repudiate the wrongs done for generations and days and years and minutes, for the wrongs done at the supermarket, for the evil stares, for the hushed tones. We repudiate it. Please, raise your fist against these wrongs. That's all I got to say.
Trans lives matter. Trans lives matter. We are a family. I don't care who says that that's not their sister, because it's mine. Trans lives matter. How could I be the descendant of a slave and stand for injustice for anyone in this land? Trans lives matter.